and that's going to be the future. Even if we recollect the journey in terms of technology in last 4 decades and 5 decades, I think every one of us can make out and feel that how exactly things were 30, 40 years back, how mobiles came in India somewhere in 98, and then this particular speed of mobile phone, internet speed, data speed, what we have, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Now people are talking about even about 6G as well. Yesterday only there was some announcement by the government on with respect to 6G. So I think that's the technology evolution. That will continue to happen. But in terms of HR, L&D, and people, ultimately organizations are going to be run, managed, operated. Everything is going to happen with people. Okay, there are certain things which will get automated, and people, instead of doing repetitive tasks being done by the people, naturally certain machine operations and certain automation will happen, and those kind of things will happen. But it's important that we understand that there should be some right balance also between these two particular aspects what we have here. So what I want to share, not a very long presentation what I have here, so please bear with me. Okay, it is hardly 10 to 15 minutes. The core thought what I thought that I will share with every one of you, so quite a brief one. So in terms of challenge, what we quite often face, that on one side, with respect to the human and technology, this kind of dilemma, which every one of us will be faced. Okay, just a few months back, my niece works in Accenture. So in 1 year and 2 year, the kind of technology evolution I have seen. She is managing some thousands of invoices being processed on daily basis. So it's a back-end office for entire Europe and US operations. So she was sharing with me that how exactly it used to happen 1 year back and how it is happening now. Okay, and in that particular department, there used to be somewhere around 150 people, and believe me, within 1 year, that department is being run instead of 150 people, only with 25 people. That's the reality. Just few months back only, that kind of thing has happened in finance and accounts. So they have certain tools. Okay, she keeps explaining. So it is not that I understand much about that, but the kind of automation they have, that automatically those invoices are not just scanned, but certain inbuilt intelligence operations are also there, and entire amount is checked, party is checked, vendor code is checked, rate is checked, all the parameters are properly verified, checked, and one person is able to process at least somewhere around 200 to 250 invoices in 8 hours kind of working. So that's how things are happening. So I think in going forward in future, a lot of those kind of things will happen. So naturally there will be a good balance between frustration and efficiency. So these kind of things, the automation, that example what I was sharing with you, will certainly lead to good amount of efficiency, but at the same time, there is bound to be some frustration as well. If certain tasks are being managed by say 1,000 people, and tomorrow one zero is deleted, and instead of 1,000, only 100 people are going to be there, then what is going to happen about those 900 people? As long as I personally believe that I think most of you are the senior professionals. You will know with respect to our GDP of our country, the growth. We are already at 4 trillion, and the way things are poised for good growth, and the way GDP growth is somewhere around 6.5, 6.8, 7%. Those kind of numbers are happening, and the way growth will keep happening, it means there are going to be a lot of employment opportunity in many sectors. So it is not that the people who are being removed will go out and will be jobless. They will, since growth is happening in so many sectors, naturally they will find job in some other sectors and some other organization, and that's how things will happen. But one thing is very important, that skilled workforce, in terms of skill related to technology, they will certainly will have an edge, and they will have good opportunities and number of opportunities going forward in future as well. So I think that's how things are going to happen. So job market will certainly go up as I can see. So automation and personalization. So as we see here, this kind of balance has to be maintained. So one needs to keep in mind this over automation, over personalization and disconnected systems on one side, and then we have depersonalized experience, inefficiency instead of efficiency. So I think this is the right balance which has to be kept in mind. And I would suggest that this right balance is to be judged by that particular manager or leader. There cannot be any tool or any kind of suggestion or some white paper that this is the best balance. I think that particular person will have to take a call with deep understanding that how exactly this kind of balance can be kept in mind. So this is about human and technology dilemma, and it's going to be much more aggressive in future, in time to come. Okay, it's very important that the people who are born after 2000, okay, they certainly understand their mobiles right from their childhood days and the kind of technology. People like us who have seen all kind of different stages of the technology and how things have evolved with time. So that's one point. So finding the right balance, okay, so this is the particular model of harmony which I thought of. On one side human, on another side technology, as I said in the previous slide, and how exactly that right balance can be maintained. So this is the harmony, okay. So going over here, okay, this particular framework. So the most important thing what I am sharing over here is on human-centric design. So ultimately, whatever is the design with respect to this kind of balance, there should be human-centric approach. People also should be thought of, and their related capabilities, their skills, their whatever strength they have, that all should be kept in mind. So that's with respect to human-centric design. Automated efficiency, so that there are free humans, some of the repetitive tasks and those kind of things, because it's very important that there is continuously, when growth is going to happen, there is bound to be the cost pressure. Okay, because let's keep in mind that ultimately for any business to not just flourish and thrive, but even to survive as well, I think profits and profitable growth are going to be the mantra all along. Otherwise, without profit and without profitable growth, people can certainly not survive. So keeping in mind with respect to the cost, that has to be optimized, it has to be managed continuously. So automated efficiency, what I am sharing over here, that has to be there. Then real-time personalization, I think adapt to the individual needs. We very well know, and more so HR professionals, we certainly understand that people have their own unique aspects, unique way of learning, unique way of understanding, and I think those kind of differences should be understood, and personal needs also should be tailor-made, and it should be on the need basis. It should not be rather too much or too less. Okay, as quite often we use in management a term called nice and tough. Okay, in order to get done the work and in order to be effective as a manager and as a leader, okay, the most important aspect is to be nice and tough. And it is not nice or tough, or it is not nice sometime and tough sometimes. Okay, so it is not that way. Nice and tough goes hand in hand, and how exactly you can be tough but at the same time nice as well to your people and get done the best work, keep them motivated, keep them engaged, keep them psychologically connected, and so that they are able to do the best work for you. Okay, so that's about real time personalization. We have here mindful intervention. I think empathy, as we know, in terms of 6 quotients of leadership also. Okay, there are 6 quotients, I think most of you would know. Okay, so in that there is one EQ, what we call it. People call it very popularly even PQ also, people quotient. How exactly you deal with people. So it's EQ, PQ, even SQ also. Sometimes people say social quotient. So those are the terms being used for people. So I think that empathy, no amount of technology can ever substitute this empathy part. that how exactly you can motivate people, how you connect with them, and how you inspire them on daily basis, and so that they keep doing their best. So I think this mindful intervention at regular interval may not be on daily basis, but on some weekly basis or whatever review systems are there, that has to be kept in mind, so that people are motivated all the time. Okay, quite often as a leader, we have to give some patient ear as well, okay, and understand their issues, their grievances, and resolve the issues. So that has to be kept in mind. So that is about HARM. Moving on to O, optimized experience, so seamless workflow. So optimization and those kind of things have to happen over here. Nurturing engagement, that's also very important, that people must trust you. Okay, they must have that, fine, here is the person, I can reach out to him at any time and have some solution, some guidance, and some help over there. So I think that kind of trust must exist. So technology should not be substituting that interpersonal relationship and that connect as well. And finally, what we have, yielding outcomes. So why I thought of this harmony and at the end yielding outcomes? Because that's very important. Ultimately, for any business, in any organization, no matter what sector is and what kind of technology is, but it's very important that final results in terms of profits are there. So it's yielding results, yielding outcomes. Outcome is much more broader, but certainly we cannot undermine the importance of profit. So it's very important. Then only growth will happen. Then only new technology organization can afford, and they can adapt, and they can move forward on that particular point. So this is the harmony framework. So balancing humans with respect to technology. So that's the broad thought what I'm sharing over here. Now, practical application of this particular aspect. So what I'm saying here, that at one end we have human resource, then operations and customer experience. So these are the things, three different aspects, and balancing act in action. So that's the right amount of balance all the time, which has to be kept in mind for any business in terms of HR, all the people in the organization, that's what we mean, operations, whatever operations are happening through machines or through technology or through people or mix of both. Okay, so that's the way things are happening. And ultimately, as we know, that any business, they will need customers. And that's how either it will be product supply or it will be the providing the services. So ultimately, business model is with respect to product and services. So customers are bound to be there, and ultimately they are going to pay. So that customer experience also has to be kept in mind. So in all these three elements over here, I am sharing balancing act is important on daily basis, and that has to be kept in mind. So that's the point what I'm highlighting over here. So in terms of striking the right balance, so as we say that there is not going to be any magic mantra as such. So in terms of harmony, it's not a one-time fix, one-time solution. It has to be practiced on a daily basis, and all the time continuous adaptation, continuous process, and that's how things will happen. Start small, measure and iterate as you move along, do course correction, whatever improvement has to be done, empower your employees, okay. Even some of the previous speakers, they were also talking with respect to their own curiosity, rather than monitoring all the time and reviewing all the time and telling them all the time what needs to be done. So empower your employees, leverage technology to maximize both efficiency and personalization. So that's how it has to be kept in mind. So that's the point what I am explaining over here. And the last point, when humans and technology work in harmony, organization thrive and people flourish. So that's the quote, and it's very important, and that's how things will happen. Okay, so even in terms of this people and technology and this kind of right balance, what I'm sharing with all of you. Okay, I mentioned about 6 quotients of leadership also. I think most of you would know, but some of you, if you want to take note, I will just share that the top two, which are very popularly known, are certainly IQ and EQ. Okay, So those are well understood by everyone. Even in IQ also, please understand one important thing which as a leader we quite often miss. That worldwide research shows that it's only 25% of the people having high IQ are able to reach top leadership levels. So balance 75% don't reach. So please never underestimate or overestimate that somebody is having high IQ will certainly grow much faster and will reach at top level. So that also has to be kept in mind. EQ, all we know very well how exactly we manage emotions, how we manage people. But other than these two popular cues, let me very quickly share other 4 cues also. Okay. So the first one is MQ, motivational quotient. I think the kind of determination, motivation, passion you as an individual will have will certainly lead to your success. Okay, and even in psychology also quite often we are taught when we were young enough to learn. Okay, even now also we keep learning. That's a different thing. So the people say that no one else can motivate you. They can only share their thoughts, they can talk, they can share their views, but ultimately it is you alone who has to understand and motivate yourself. Okay, so that's the first one is MQ. The second one is LQ, that's with respect to learning quotient, how well you learn. In terms of learning also, the diverse breadth and depth of the experience, breadth and depth of the subjects, okay, and varied interest across the world, okay. Global economy, technology. It should not happen that you are glued to just one aspect. You have different taste and different understanding, and that's how you can manage. So that's about MQ and LQ. Okay. Coming to the last 2 Qs. So one is technology quotient. So technology is in terms of functional and operations and your own technology in whichever field you are. So that's how it is popularly known as TQ. Okay. So that's how it has to be kept in mind. And the last one is XQ. Okay. XQ is defined as experience quotient. Okay. Somebody having experience of 20 years in one area is not going to be a great leader. But somebody having 20 years of experience in 5 different things, 4 different things, 4 different business areas will certainly grow much better and will have much higher opportunities. Okay. So just to summarize, apart from IQ and EQ, the MQ, LQ, TQ, that is the technical quotient. Okay. And finally the XQ, experience quotient. So these are the 6 Qs of leadership. And it was all researched some 30-40 years back by Lominger, very popular organization with respect to leadership, and that's how it is being managed. So I think this is the balance which we have to keep in mind, and amongst even these 6 Qs also, we must understand that all these quotients can never be replaced with any amount of technology. There will always be a scope for people, and that's how continuously we have to manage that balance, and we keep improving on that so that we don't skew on any one side and keep the balance. So thank you, all the best to you, and I think all the good sessions are happening over here. I'm sure you will have good opportunities to learn a lot.
Huge round of applause for Mr. Ravendra. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights.